together. That was brilliant.
That was Dawn.
Dawn, you're so sneaky.
I said, and she was all too willing to come on and talk with you and surprise him. And so, yeah, I mean, and thank you for your little serenade solo there. That was awesome. You sound wonderful.
Well, you're very welcome. That was so much fun. I still didn't get any, concrete answers as to why, why Cricket, gave, Danny the, never mind. Anyway, we'll just deal with it.
She didn't really give you a straight-up answer, did she?
No, it was sort of like this thing about reliability and being more mature. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm totally mature,
Yeah. Yeah, it was a mixed bag of reasoning without a real reason. So it's
I'm sorry. I feel bad putting her on the spot because she's not writing the show, so that's terrible. I mean, you can't blame her. You got to blame the writers. Go after them.
There you go. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that was a huge shock. In fact, I actually didn't recognize. I was like, wait a minute, what tickets? Do we have a contest for tickets?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, Michael better know what she's talking about because I have no clue here.
That was brilliant. Good one, Good one, Laura Lee. You got me on that one. That was really good.
She got me too. I didn't even know she was going to do that. So that was she got all of us. That was awesome.
Hey, thanks so much for playing the song. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate all your support on the record. And it's just because all of you guys tweeting and Facebooking about the song, it's given it a lot of fuel. And like I said, it's climbing the charts right now. So thank you so much for your support on the record.
You're welcome.
You're so
Thank you for always putting out phenomenal music, too, besides the movies and everything else you do. I mean, there's nothing that you do that I don't love. Let's put it that way.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, thank you. You haven't obviously tried my cooking.
Well, I know you know how to set a table, so that's...
Hey, I'm really good at setting a table, aren't I?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you remember, because you're probably way too young, but when I first started Young and the Restless, Danny worked at Jonas's club, and in fact, my first day on the show was, a waiter setting the table, and learning how to make a Singapore sling, and serving it to some customers. And Paul Williams was teaching me how to make the drinks and set the table at Jonas's that later turned into Gina's. So I do have some table setting experience from way back when.
I'm trying to picture that in my head. I don't even remember it being called Jonas's. I just remember
it was
Gina's.
A guy there was a really wonderful actor who resembled Humphrey Bogart that played Jonas on the show, and he got shot and killed, and then later it transitioned into Gina's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember. I guess Gina was on so much longer that she sticks out in my head, and of course, being related to you,
Well, that was trivia for the Y&R lifers. Those are for those are for our the ones that started on day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that would have been good if you were really giving something away.
If I was giving something away?
That would have been a good trivia question if you were giving something away.
I know. Like why didn't we have a contest? I blew it. I won't do it. You know what? We should give away something to a caller, How about this? I'll send them my new song. How about that? Let's do a trivia question.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay,
like
that would be good. That would be good.
Now
I think a lot of people would.
We just blew our best trivia question, though.
Okay, so what do you remember that you can ask?
Okay, I've got one. This is a good trivia question, okay?
Okay.
All right? And the winner gets, I'll send him a copy of Rock My Heart. And this is sort of a music-related question, or quiz, okay?
Okay.
The question is, what music video did I perform that Mrs. Chancellor financed if you could name the song that I was singing in that music video? Can you name the song that I was singing in that video?
Okay, and the name of the song. I'm putting it in the chat room.
Yeah, the name of the song that I sang in my big music video, the Mrs. Chancellor Financed. I could add a little bit. There's more to it, but then it might be too easy to guess.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, you might give away too much there.
Okay. So maybe through the night, or I know you can have some calls come in, or you're taking calls.
Yeah, I have Carrie on hold. Let me go ahead.
Well, maybe she has it.
Okay.
Well, if you that's your call. It's your show. I'm just along for the ride.
It's okay.
I feel like I'm hosting the show with you. Hey, thank you. Call us. Welcome to our show.
Carrie, are you there?
Yeah, it's Terry with a T. I don't know.
Oh, Terry. She wrote Carrie.
Terry.
Okay,
Hi. I don't know if you remember me. I'm one of the ones that won tickets to the Flicka 3 premiere a few months back.
Oh, yes. Hey, Terry. How you doing?
Oh, wonderful. It's so nice to be able to talk to you.
Well, it's nice to talk to you again as well.
I'm one of your fans from way back when we were both teenagers.
Oh, you're so sweet. Well, thank you for calling in, and thank you for being, a supporter for so many years. I really appreciate it.
Well, one of the things I wanted to tell you was I want to make sure Janine knows how lucky she is. When I've heard you on these interviews talking about how much you love decorating for Christmas, how much you love watching romantic comedies, I just keep getting madder and madder at my husband, You know how lucky she is.
Listen, I'm willing to admit it. Yes, I love chick flicks, and yes, I even now make chick flicks. So. No, they're fun. I mean, come on, I love it. Hey, listen, I love all genres. Well, I won't even say it. There's some that kind of aren't my favorites, but anyway, I love.
When you're watching a movie now, though, now that you've directed so many, do you watch them just as a viewer, or is it hard to turn off that part of your brain where you're thinking like a director watching them?
Well, that's an excellent question, and the thing is, the key and the success to being a director is for no one to really notice who's directing the movie. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, in other words, the movie should just play, and you should be so, enraptured by the story or the characters. You should really just be immersed in the film and not really be pulled out. If you're pulled out, then I think that, they're, maybe it's not as good as it should be, or maybe, of course, who knows, maybe your timer went off on your microwave. But, the key is really just to make a film that people are emotionally involved in. And I do notice, though, some things in films. Oh, yeah, I've been inspired by great directors. And, one of my favorites is Frank Capra, who directed It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of my favorites. But, absolutely. I'll see something maybe, and I just saw Life of Pi, and that was extraordinary. I was just trying to figure out how I would shoot it. You know what I mean? I was like thinking, okay, let me see. I know we're in a wave pool shooting this, and it's all blue screen around me, and I'm just trying to figure out, the CG shots. But I stopped doing that in the theater, and then because I was really enjoying the journey of the story, and so I just was marveling at the amazing work of Ang Lee that he accomplished in that movie.
Yeah. Well, I have one more question that's totally on a different subject, if I could ask real quick.
Sure.
This is one of those things I've always wondered about over the years, because as I got older, I used to buy all the teen magazines and all that, of course, when I was younger, especially if you were on the cover. I automatically bought it, of course,
Oh, thank you.
But as you get older, you start wondering, when I used to love reading all the information, we like the same color, we like the same music. They always ask all those questions.
Yeah, sure,
Did you really answer those, or was that something, looking back on it now, that, the writers probably just made up that stuff?
No, it's really interesting. That's another excellent question. Actually, the writers of the teen magazines are wonderful journalists. They really do their research. They call me all the time. In fact, I'm dear friends with, some of the writers to this day. There's a great, there's a young lady named Debbie Fee, Doreen, I'm sure you wrote to Dear Doreen. Do you remember that? I'm sure you wrote letters to her because she was the person you would write to at Tiger Beat. And they would I'd come in to Tiger Beat in the offices, and they'd ask me, readers asked you this, they wonder about this, they wonder about that, and then I would answer them and tell them, answer all the questions. Oh, absolutely.
Well, then that's good to know. You and I had a lot in
favorite
common.
color, blue. You know what I mean? Favorite food back then probably was pizza, because I'm half Italian, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm half Italian, too. See, that was one of those things like, oh, well, he likes Italian food, so do I. We're both half Italian.
I love Italian food. Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. Well, it's so nice talking with you, and I hope, did you get a chance to hear the new song?
Oh, yes, definitely, and I watched the movie, and you know what? I started watching the movie while my 10-year-old daughter was still awake, and she goes, can I stay up and watch the rest of this? And I love the fact that she and I could sit there and watch it together, and I knew nothing was going to come on that I didn't want her to see, so I really appreciate the fact that you're making those kind of movies that, a whole family can watch together. It's really wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Well, we're doing our best. We try to limit earmuffs, earmuffs for the kids, No, I mean, it's, we're enjoying I enjoy making family films. I enjoy, this film especially because it's more of a romantic comedy, but there's no reason why a romantic comedy can't be watched by, the whole family. So, I'm just doing what I feel is right and following my heart, and I'm emulating things that I really loved as a young, as a viewer when I was younger, and now, and movies that I responded to. And if you watch great films like Sleepless in Seattle and films like that, those are really great films. You can watch those with anybody,
Oh, definitely, and over again, and not get tired of them too,
Yeah, so that's why I love films. While You're Sleeping is another great film that I loved, and French Kiss, that was a cute film with Meg Ryan. So I love those kind of movies.
Yeah.
I do too.
Have you seen Les Miserables yet?
Yes, I did. Wow, that was pretty intense.
Yeah, definitely.
That was so intense. I was like, that really affected me. It was very vivid and graphic, and man, they went to such a level of realism that it was hard sometimes because I just love the music so much. I'd like to just kind of stay with the music more. You know what I mean? And but it was pretty intense. Did you guys like it? What were your thoughts?
I loved it just because I have seen the musical several times. It's one of my favorite musicals, and it's almost like it filled in some of the parts that were a little unclear in the story. But
sure.
And of course, all the actors in it were wonderful. But yeah, you're right. It was hard to watch on parts too, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was so nice talking to you. I know that we'll definitely have to do it again.
Well, thank you so much. I love how much in touch you are with your fans and everything too. That really means a lot to us that have been around a while.
I'm so in touch with my fans. I forgot that we were on a radio show just now. I thought we were just having a conversation, and I was like calling friends of mine, just talking on like a party line. Hey, I love that movie. What do you want? Don't do my nails.
If we're doing like a party line thing, you're gonna have to do the sexy voice.
Okay, you got it, baby. Okay, you got it. Hey, baby, rock and roll, rock on.
I love it.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks for calling
I'll
Terry.
hang up so someone else can call in.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've eaten up the whole show. Well, I don't mind. You're okay. Well,
thank you for
our callers.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Terry. Okay.
Quick, hang up on Terry, otherwise we're going to be here all night with her, and I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But, your other caller is going to be mad.
We had a guess on the song. Michelle said Obsession. Is that right?
Oh. Well, it's a good runner-up. I'm looking for another answer, but she could be. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe I boxed myself in with the music video idea. Maybe. Oh boy. That is another good one.
And then
I'm looking for,
Sam said
that?
one too, but I have to scroll. Oh, we close our eyes. We close our eyes. No.
No. Okay, let me give you this clue. I sang with Tracy in the video.